What's up, guys? It's Doolin, and today we are in the new and improved studio a la Doolin's house. We have painted the walls, we have rearranged the room, we've gotten new lights. I'm pumped about what this is. It's the coziest room in the house now. Today, I want to catch you guys up because I have been on not only a purchasing spree in the last month, but I've also had a million things arrive that I've pre-ordered. And on top of that, we've gotten sent games that people are really nice to have given us to try out for reviews and stuff. And so today I have a haul list, and it's gonna be sort of an anti-cull list because I know that our channel is known for its many Max Culls videos, and you guys love them. Like, really love them. So while you guys can still live vicariously through Max as he culls things, now you can live vicariously through me, who keeps acquiring things and is gonna run out of room on these shelves. We're gonna start off with one that I definitely am excited for, and that is Star Wars the deck building game. This is supposed to give you the feelings of some of those classic ones like Star Realms or my favorite, Shards of Infinity. If this is anywhere near as good as those, I'm sure that my love for Star Wars will make me a little biased and probably pick this over the other two. We'll see. I am cautiously optimistic about this one. I think that it will be a love for me, but if it's not, I'm gonna be very frustrated that it was a miss, because this is such a good idea for a game. How can it not be good? But we'll see. We're gonna get to that hopefully very soon because I want to learn the rules to it. I love Star Wars, so it's gonna get sort of that bump. Next up, we have one that I pre-ordered and it arrived, and it's probably like gonna win the award for heaviest game of the year. This is Hoplomachus Victorum, and I don't have right here the extras, but I did buy those, like the upgrades, and I'm pumped about this, guys. I think I told you guys at Gen Con last year, Max and I got to try it out, and it was the game of the convention for me, and I'm so pumped for this, and I'm predicting that it will be in my top 3. If it's as good as it was at Gen Con, which I mean it's the same game, it will be in my top 3 of this year, but we'll see. I mean, there might be some other baller games that'll come out. I mean, Earth is challenging for #1 right now, so we'll see. But Hoplomachus Victorum, #2 game. We're gonna have to get moving, so I'm gonna grab a package of games that I have pre-ordered. I think that, no, never mind. This was my fulfillment of a Kickstarter that I backed last year because I love the first game. In case you don't know, I think it's it's definitely in my top 20. It's close to top 10, but this is season 2 of Final Girl. So I'm gonna. Oof, that was scary. That was a bubble popping. I did not, unfortunately, because I had not played all of season 1. In fact, I didn't even own all of season 1 at the time. Did not back all of season 2, but I did back quite a bit. So what I'm gonna have to do is find the other, like I have the bonus featured boxes for both. A scenario, like Lauren Scenarios box, which is cool. I think the 3, it looks like I chose 3. Oh, no. Okay, so I chose 2 of them and the box of props, which looks like it might be for season 1. I'm not sure. I got some first printing corrections pack. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. I basically got a few things. And so now it's gonna be one of those things where I'm gonna have to track down what else I'm missing. Terror from the Grave sounds great. I know that they had Terror from Above last one, which is just another villain that you could throw in, or like the thing that you're facing. That one was birds. This one seems like zombies. So I'm pumped about that. I backed it so long ago that I can barely remember, but I do know that I chose the 2 that like stood out to me the most from season 2. So the Patch Lady, which, man, it kind of reminded me of like, there's like a villain in Dead by Daylight that reminds me of her, like a doctor gone evil, I don't know. And then the other one is what reminded me of like the movie Alien, and that one was like, gotta get that one. In fact, I think it's not even playing around. Like the villain is called the Xenomorph. Yeah, so I'm pumped to try those out, and I'll let you guys know as quick as I can what I think of Season 2's monsters, and I'll try to get the other ones as quick as I can too, because I'm gonna want them. I'm just throwing stuff under here, and my dog's underneath here. He's freaking out. All right, next up is a couple of games that I acquired, not as pre-orders. I'm just, I don't know. I think I had a rough week once, and I was like, I want to buy some games, and so I've bought a couple here. This one, I have no idea what it is, but it was very cheap. But it was a solo game that looked pretty good, solo / 2-player game, but I'll probably just end up playing it solo, called Mini Rogue, which is supposed to be like a board game version of a roguelike, which is a popular video game like genre. So I'm pumped to try that out. It had decent reviews on BGG. I'll let you know as soon as I can about that one. And then Skull King, I just wanted my own copy because it seemed like one that Max was probably never gonna get rid of. And I just really wanted to try this with my family, and I had a blast playing this with the crew the other day. And so it's 2 to 8 players. I was like, that seems perfect. I'm gonna try it with my family. And so I got my own copy of Skull King, pumped about that as well. Next up is one that got sent to us. It was kind of as payment of something we did a long time ago. And this was a Kickstarter we previewed, and they had said a long time ago that they would send us a copy of the finished game, and what they did give us as well was a copy of the expansion. So this is City of the Great Machine, a game that like honestly came out of nowhere for Max and I. Like they asked if we wanted to preview it, and we were down. Like it seemed like a cool theme, and then we played it and we were blown away because it was very original. It's a 1v mini games. We obviously played it 1 versus 1, but they've added a cooperative and a solo mode, especially with this. And so I'm pumped to try this. I am excited that it fulfilled and that the production just seems to blow away even what they sent us back then. Next up is another game that I kickstarted or game founded. I can't remember which one it was on, but this one is one that finally got delivered, and it's from a popular video game series, and I'm pumped to get to this, not only to the table, but also to play on Twitch. In case you don't know, we're doing currently Resident Evil 3, but we're gonna pivot to probably Deep Rock Galactic next. Either that or another game that I have. But the idea of it is to play games that have board game adaptations, video games that do. And then we're actually in the middle of, once Resident Evil 3 is done, we're gonna shoot a video comparing the video game to the board game to see how good it compares. But we're gonna do the same with this game. This is Deep Rock Galactic, and this is not the like crazy cool miniatures version edition. This is instead, I mean, there is miniatures for you guys, but for all the monsters, there are these little standees, and I'm pumped to try this because this video game's a blast. It's a 4-player cooperative game where it's a push your luck, right? You go into a cave, you're digging a whole bunch, trying to get resources, trying to fulfill these missions. And as soon as you do as much as you want to, and you're comfortable with, and collected as much as you want, you gotta turn around and head back. And the deeper you go and the longer that you stay, the worse the monsters and the hordes come after you. And so it's really like push your luck to see how far you want to go. And there's just so much, like, especially in the video game, that goes into throwing you off of what your plan was. And I'm hoping, and from what I've heard from Jeff over at Foster the Meeple, who seems to really like this, that it is a lot like that. I have quite a few left. Let's get 2 gifts out of the way. I'm not certain how much I will like these, but we're gonna play them nonetheless. One of these was a gift from my mom, who just saw it on sale for, you can see, 19 bucks there. This is Disney Sidekicks, which I know very little about. I just know that it's a cooperative game, is what it looks like. And you're playing as the sidekicks to heroes in Disney films, and your goal is to defeat the villains. So it says, power up your sidekicks, take down the castle, rescue the heroes, and defeat the villains. So it seems fun. Like, I mean, it has characters that I like Lumiere and Timon and Pumbaa and Abu. Like, all of that sounds awesome. So I'm gonna try this probably with my family and see how good it is. But thank you, Mom, for buying me Disney Sidekicks. She knows that I love video games, or not video games, board games, and so they're buying me stuff all the time. Speaking of family who knows that I like board games, I got this from Emily's Aunt Peggy, my step-aunt? No. Aunt-in-law, and they love the game Wordle. If you've never played Wordle, it's a popular game that was bought very early on by the New York Times, and it's still going on. It's a word game where you have 6 tries to guess a 5-letter word, and as you guess words, it tells you how many of the letters that you've gotten correct, if they're in the right place, if they're not, and this is like the board game version where you're competing against each other and trying to solve each other's 5-letter word. And so we're gonna try this. I think it'll be a fun, like 1 or 2 play type of game, but we'll see, and I'll let you know. Maybe it'll be a game that'll surprise all of us. I don't know, like Poetry for Neanderthals has for me. Another 2 games that I purchased that really, I've just been on a kick of not only mystery style games, but cooperative games, especially games with a story. And both of these games seem to hit that. So the first one is just incredibly cute, and this is a cooperative mystery style game. It's called Animals of Baker Street. And ever since I heard about this, which was from the Dice Tower, I think, a long time ago, there was somebody who was covering this saying that it was a lot of fun. And I immediately thought this is a game that Emily and I will love. You're playing as essentially animals on Baker Street who are trying to solve crimes together. There's like a very cute little frog, a cute mouse, a cute bird, a cute even tarantula somehow, but it seems like the type of game that's right up not only my alley, but Emily's alley as well. Not only cute, but a cooperative investigative game. So we'll let you know how good that game is as quick as we can, because it's one that'll probably get tabled very, very soon. The second one that I was talking about, that I'm not sure if it's cooperative or not, I just know, again, it's been hailed for being not only cute, but a fun story style game, is Chronicles of Avil, and it looks like it is a cooperative game, so I was right the first time. In this game, it seems like it's like very D&D light, where you're gonna role play some, and in those types of games, they typically hit, right? Because for me, I like to get lost in stories, and I like to make up my own stories. And so if it does that well, if it's creative enough and it gives you enough leeway to kind of add to things, I'm gonna be pumped for it. So this one's one that's on my list to absolutely try and to let you know as soon as possible how good it is as well. We have like 6 more, guys. Hold in there with me. I'm sorry. I wanted to update you. There's even games that like before I didn't even update you guys on, and I could go on and on and on, but again, this is the anti-cull list. It's the anti-max list, really. This next one was a steal and a half, and I had to purchase it, even though it's ugly, because the reason that it was on sale so much is the front of the box is absolutely destroyed. Somebody must have stuck something on it, and it just, it wouldn't come off, and it basically ripped a big part of the front cover off. And this is a game that I think regularly is like $70, and I got it for 15, and it's a game I love to play on BGA. I played it a lot with Jeff from Fossil and Meepo, and also Max. And this is Memoir 44. The rest of the box is perfect, except for this part right here, and everything is inside the box. And in fact, it was unopened. Like the stuff was not messed with. And so that's just awesome, right? Like this is great. I don't know if you could find Memoir 44 for any cheaper than that, $15. I think that the dice rolls and the moving around of the miniatures is just gonna be even more fun in person. And so I'm pumped to own it. And I just wish, in fact, I might be able to just contact them and be like, how much for another cover? But anyway, that's Memoir 44. I'm pumped to play that. I love that game. All right, next up is a haul and a half that I got. I had actually pre-ordered this a while ago, but because there was something in it that they did not have at the time, all of the games got delayed. And so this was quite the haul from Card House. And so first up will be a game that I've been sold on by Shut Up and Sit Down. It was in their list of necessary games, or like games you have to play or something like that. But Bonanza, I've been sold on for a while. It's by Uwe Rosenberg, which is hilarious because I don't think this is anything like any of the other games he's created. But Bonanza is one that I'm pumped to get to the table with friends. This next one is an expansion for a game that was a great game for me last year. I've only played it solo, but this adds a almost story mode and a cooperative mode to it. And so I'm talking about Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, and this is the Crisis expansion. And I'm just pumped to play this. I think adding something like this to the game could make me like skyrocket the game in terms of like my enjoyment of it. I've looked up the stuff about this, and it just looks exactly like something I'm gonna love. It looks like it was an expansion made for me, if I'm being honest. So expansion for Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition, pumped to try. Next up we have Battle Line, which I don't know a whole lot about, other than that it was a Reiner Knizia game that was like 13 bucks. And I remember, I think it was Board Game Hangover that recommended this game. It just seemed like a game that would be a blast, and Max really wanted to play this, so I got it, and we're gonna try it sometime soon. I'm pumped to get it to the table. But Battle Line is another one, and then on top of that, I also got this game called Linky, which is weird that Nick Jonas is on the front. I think that's Nick Jonas. Yes, Nick Jonas is on all of the box, but he's championed this game. I did not know that. I just wanted the game because I had heard that it was like a fun, like yelly, rowdy trivia game. I wanted another game that I could bring to Max and Danielle when Emily and I hang out with them, because Danielle is like just incredible at trivia games. And so I think this will be right up her alley, but on top of that, I think that this will be a game that all of us will enjoy, and it'll get us really, really excited and rowdy. It's not a coffee game, Max. There you go, Linky. I also bought this, which I don't know why it's in this. I don't know why Card House put it in this. This is Rolling Realms. I only know that because it was written right up there. I forgot that I purchased this. But I think it's like it was like 10 bucks. I know Card House had an insane sale not too long ago. I told y'all, I had a ton to catch you up on. The other two are games that we got sent by Alley Cat Games, which Max has worked with them a really long time, helping them with their live streams. They sent us these to just try, and I'm pumped to, especially for one of these. Rome in a Day is supposed to be kind of, how do I describe this? It's kind of like Acropolis or King Domino, so I'm pumped to try it. And then the other one is Magic Rabbit, which I don't know anything about, but Max was our reason we got these, so good job, Max. And I'm pumped to at least try Rome in a Day. Why not? I'm pumped to try Magic Rabbit too. Both seem cute, both seem easy to learn and easy to play. Next up is a game that I pre-ordered a while ago. I think it was back in September or so, and that's pretty fast for a Kickstarter. But this is Pollen by Reiner Knizia and art by Beth Sobel. So like, boom, automatically, immediately sold just because of those two names. But I'm excited to get this to the table, especially with Emily. I think Emily and I will latch onto this pretty quickly, even if it's just because we're suckers for Beth Sobel art. Next up, when they decided to like work with us and send us a game, I was so excited. But this is the publisher of one of my favorite games of all time, which is Set a Watch. And Set a Watch, Sword of the Coin. And I'm hoping through covering this and through hopefully doing a good job that they'll want to work with us on their upcoming games, because I'm so pumped for Seas of Havoc. I've already pre-ordered that, so I'm not worried about them sending me it, but I'm hoping that like they'll send us the new Set a Watch and like all of that stuff to preview. But this is a package from Rock Manor Games, and it is for Maximum Apocalypse Wasted Wilds. And this is from a line of their games that we actually got to look at while we were at PAX this year, and I'm really excited to try this. It is kind of Mad Max themed, or like Borderlands, if you're familiar with the Borderlands series. It looks awesome, and out of all of them, that was the one that I really wanted to try, so I'm glad that they sent that one. But thank you, Rock Manor, for doing that. I am very excited to play this and to learn it, and probably play it solo first, but then play it with my buddies. And then lastly, the very last thing that I want to show you is a game that I purchased for myself, so it's no rush to do any coverage on it at all. I want to compare it to Terrorscape, because that was a game that we covered recently, which I thought was this video game's like twin. Like, it was just a perfect representation of the video game Dead by Daylight. Well, as we said that, Dead by Daylight's board game also came out. And so this is also a one versus many game. And we're wondering how similar, how good of a feel it will give us comparing it to the video game, because Terrorscape just seemed perfect for that. So this is the same, like it's the actual IP. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that can be very bad. There are very bad board game adaptations of video games because they're just kind of cash grabs. And so we're gonna decide as we look at this, which of those games is a better representation, and then on top of that, we're gonna see if this like gives us the feel of the video game or not. It's by Level 99, which I mean, Jash and Max absolutely love. I respect them as a company, so it's not like it's just some like crew from the video game studio making a board game. They did their homework, found a good company. So hopefully this is good. Hopefully this beyond good. Hopefully it's great, because the video game itself is just a blast to play with friends. But anyway, this has been the most insane haul I think I've done for years, and I have a lot in my shelf of shame now, but I'm excited because there's a lot to learn here and a lot of games that I'm pumped for. And when I feel that way and I don't feel stressed about the games on my shelf of shame, that's when I typically knock out the most. And so in the coming months, be looking for all of these. If there's a specific one that I mentioned that you're like, I want coverage on that now, if I want to know about it, I want to hear about it, let me know in the comments, because those are the ones that I'll probably learn first. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're still here, please consider clicking that subscribe button and that like button. It really does help us out. On top of that, join our Discord, where you can talk to me and Max and Jash and Emily and all of us whenever you want, because you can tag us, and we are on Discord all the time. It is our escape from the day-to-day chores that we have to do. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.